What is going on, Review and Preview fans? Back at it here with another NFL Draft Prospect video. And in this video, I want to take a dive into what many people refer to as the top wide receiver prospect in this year's NFL Draft in Quenton Johnston out of TCU. Very excited to talk about this guy, what he brings to the table, where he might go in this draft. But first and foremost, folks, before we get into that, make sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms at Review and Preview on Instagram, Twitter. All of our handles are there below. So let's get into Quenton Johnston. Really good season this past year. He's a big body, 6'4", 215 pounds. He's a junior, played 3 years in college. This past season, he had 60 catches for over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns in 14 total games played. He has good size, length, and speed on the outside as well. He creates good separation, and he's a very physical wide receiver. I mean, he helped TCU dominate the Big 12 this season. In 2021, he had 6 touchdowns in just 8 games played. And then, of course, 8 games played in 2020 where he had 2 touchdowns and nearly 500 receiving yards. So, again, he got better and better by the year with TCU. The one downside on this guy, well, there's two. One, he doesn't score many touchdowns. He's not the best red zone threat despite his size. He's more of a guy that could kill you in between the 20s or on a deep bomb. He has inconsistent finishing. He's very inconsistent finishing catches through contact as well. If he absorbs contact, sometimes he has trouble holding on to the football, which is definitely a concern. As I mentioned, his speed, 4.49 40-yard dash at the TCU Pro Day. He did not do well against Georgia's elite press man coverage in the national title game. He was locked up against Keely Ringo, was held to just 1 catch for 3 yards. The NFL comparison is Alshon Jeffrey, actually. Ultimately, I have seen him falling in some mocks, but I do think he's the best receiver in this class, in my opinion. Obviously, we know Max Duggan, his quarterback, had a phenomenal year for the Horned Frogs as well. But again, Quenton Johnston really made a name for himself in 2022. A player a lot of people didn't think would be the number 1 prospect, but hey, here he is. So now, folks, we're going to get into the film breakdown of Quenton Johnston. So I'm going to go over a series of 4 plays specifically with this guy, and we'll break each of them down. So, all right. Firstly here, this is against Kansas. This is a long catch to midfield against the Jayhawks. I mean, look at him run after the catch. He gets taken down there. Around midfield. So we'll play the 4 plays first and then break each one down. This is another deep bomb. This one is against Oklahoma State. Brings it down inside the 5-yard line. Big yak play right here against the same team. The Cowboys makes a guy miss. Shows some flashes down the sideline. And then lastly, the 4th quarter touchdown against Michigan. Look at him catch the ball behind the line of scrimmage. 76 yards. Look at the speed. No one is even close within 5 yards of him. That's how good this guy is. Now let's break each play down and figure out what happened and why it happened. I'm just going to pull my screen up here and we'll get things underway. Really like this guy too. I think he has really good hands, relatively sticky hands. He doesn't drop many passes, which is always a good thing. But all right, here we go. So let's take a look at our guy, Quenton. So again, the first play again here, ignore this notification. All right, so Kansas. You can't see him on the screen, but I believe this is him here lined up in the slot. He's taken off up the seam. Duggan has time to throw the football. Clean pocket, right? He's in the end zone. A good 7 to 8 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. Lifts one up. This is a bullet. past the first down line. So this is realistically a 15-yard throw. He catches it at the 13, 14-yard line. Makes one guy miss. Now look at him. He maneuvers his way through traffic wisely, right? His eyes are looking here to see if the defender's close to him. He sees it. He says, nope, he's not. Let me run away from number 3, which he does. He beats him. Eventually, number 3 catches up, but not until 15 yards later when he can finally drag him down. So again, that's beautiful yards after the catch. Next play, deep bomb. He's lined up here on the far side left. Again, the shotgun set. Again, they're playing soft coverage here. They're not playing man. They know this is going to be a foot race at the end here. This is not even close. This is 3 yards of separation easily. Duggan throw is a little bit behind him, but watch. Number 18 is coming in here, and he can make catches through contact. Not all the time, but this is so impressive. His eyes never leave the ball. He absorbs the hit like a pro down at the 1-yard line. Beautifully executed there by Johnston. All right. I believe this is the same team here, if I'm not mistaken. And boom. So, again, you're going to see Johnston run. This is a very simple route here for Quenton. He's lined up far side of the field. This is a little in route at the sticks. He catches it right at the sticks, and watch him control his hips and his body as the defender closes in. He turns around. He sheds that tackler. 0 has no chance. He stiff arms him down, and he takes off down the sideline. All right, final play, Michigan. He's lined up here off the line of scrimmage. It's a little late start, so here he is, crossing pattern. Michigan's pressure is getting there. The edge rusher beats this right tackle. 19 is in Duggan's face. He has to come back to catch this. As you can see, it's not the cleanest catch due to the pressure. Pulls it in cleanly. Now look, he does a little hesitation here. That got the defender off balanced, and then the rest is history. Once he gets past that guy, he utilizes his speed to get to the end zone, and TCU destroyed Michigan in the college football playoff. That's my latest projection on Quenton Johnston. Where do I think he'll go? It's interesting. I don't think we'll see receivers fly off the board like we did last year due to positional need. I think he could be in play for a team as high as potentially the Tennessee Titans at 11. I think he could also fit in really well with the Green Bay Packers. If the Jets trade falls through and Rodgers, for some odd reason, winds up staying in Lambeau, I think Rodgers and Johnston could be a decent combo for a couple of years. But yeah, I think he's a guy that's possession, speed, length. He is the full package for a rookie wide receiver. Folks, once again, this was the film breakdown on TCU wideout Quenton Johnston. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. Appreciate you all. More draft videos coming out throughout the course of the next 2 weeks. I'll be very busy at this, so any comments, likes, love, share this around. It's much appreciated. And without further ado, can't wait to see you at the next video.